lemonade stand. I'm Dion, and today I want to talk about the value of getting to know the names of all your team members. So I'm going to start with a story about myself. So once I was working with three guys. They all had a first name that started with the same letter, and all of them had the same last name, although they were not related. So for the purpose of this example, I'm just going to use the names Jeffrey, Jason, and Jamie. So these were three guys who were on the team, and then all of a sudden, arbitrarily, one week, I just started calling Jamie Justin. I don't know why, but I just did. In meetings, I assigned tasks to Justin, I gave deadlines to Justin, and Jamie was very gracious. Recognizing that I was actually talking to him, he never corrected me. So this went on for about a week until I actually went to send Justin an email. And when I was trying to look him up in the system, he wasn't there. And that is when I realized that I had made the mistake and I was calling Jamie by the wrong name, which of course I apologize for. But this is a long story to explain the fact that I am not good with names. And on that note, I want to spend the rest of this time talking about why it is actually important for us to remember the names of our team members, because it's a very small gesture that really sends a big message to say that we value and we appreciate our team members, and we would take the time to get to know their names. So it's not a big win when you have a small team, because it's just expected that you're going to know everybody's name. Although I will say that I have two kids and I mix up their names all the time. But I think that we've already established that I'm not the yardstick for today's lesson. So it's a bigger impact when you have a large team, or sometimes you might have multiple teams that report into you. So getting to know the names of folks beyond the regulars that you interact with on a daily basis. I remember once working for a company and they had an offsite for their town hall. So I showed up and the president was standing near the door and he greeted me by name as I walked in, which wasn't a big deal because we worked together all the time. That never even registered for me. It was winter time and I had to stand in a long lineup to check my coat. And where I was standing was very close to where he was. And as I stood there, I noticed that as people were coming in, he was greeting almost everybody by their first name, like entry-level people to people who were his direct reports. And I just remember being in awe because there were easily 300 or more people at this particular event, and I couldn't believe that he knew so many first names of these folks. So not surprisingly, this organization had a really great culture, really high employee engagement rates, and really high loyalty rates as well. So the purpose of this story is just to share the fact that something that seems so small as taking the time to remember somebody's name actually goes a really long way in terms of demonstrating that you value them and you care enough to get to know what their names are. So in my defense, I do a lot of other things really well. So, and I'm also letting you know that there's a very good chance that I won't remember your name if I meet you, and I may possibly call you Justin. So here at my lemonade stand, I share ideas like this to help us to be more effective and authentic leaders, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching my video. If you liked it, please subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. I post a new one every Thursday. My audiobook Thrive is now available on Audible, so please check it out. And finally, you can connect with me on my social media accounts. I look forward to seeing you here next time.